Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I forgot to put my hat on. There we go. There, yeah, that feels better. Today we have a very boy band Christmas. Yeah, this is if you ever wanted to see a bunch of boy bands from the 90s get together and sing Christmas songs or Christmas themed songs, well, here's your opportunity. It's on Disney Plus. It originally aired on ABC in 2021. It's 42 minutes long. It's not too long. It's not too short. It's just right, pretty much. I was never a big boy band fan, listener, or anything else. I know who they are. They're obviously very talented, and they had humongous fan bases over the years. But in this, it ends up being somewhat of a, I don't know, a comedy variety show in a sense. I mean, it's all music, but it's mostly the band's members that showed up interacting with each other in funny ways. Yes, a lot of it's scripted, but I actually found uh, some moments that where they're just sort of having a conversation between themselves and busting on each other and like other bands and each of their buddies within the same bands actually more it seemed real, it seemed realistic, and it seemed really natural, and it was actually funny. So yeah, even though I I recognize Joey Fatone. He's kind of the ringleader, the kind of the host of this. He's got the house, and he just members of different boy bands just randomly start showing up, and they sing songs together. Boys to Men, one of the guys from Boys to Men, I can't remember his name. I don't remember. You're gonna find that I don't remember mostly all of their names. So, yeah, it's it's a thing that you'll have to deal with because yeah. But Joey Fatone, I'm aware of, and he acts as a ringleader, and he seems like kind of just the jolly, fun kind of guy who is willing to take a joke at his expense, as people sort of bust on him, and he can dish it out too. So yeah, he invites in one of the guys from Boys to Men, and the Boys to Men guys are not really completely sure that they're a boy band or ever were. They just happy to be invited. And only two of the Boys to Men showed up. Just like there's like members of O Town and 98 Degrees, and cameo appearances through the phone by Nick Lackey and Lance Bass makes an appearance at one point. So technically, Backstreet. He was in Backstreet Boys. I'm pretty sure. Tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah, don't expect a call from JT. Just Justin Timberlake. No, don't expect that. I don't think they could afford him now. I don't know. So, but he would have been funny. JT is funny when every time he shows up on Saturday Night Live back in the day when him and Sandberg would do stuff, and the Lonely Island guys. Yeah, he was always funny. But I guess this is a little bit not for him. Let's just say. So, by the way, there is another Backstreet Boys holiday special that's being added to Disney Plus this week, something like that. We're not watching that. It got added to the list too late, and I really didn't want to have to shift everything around or add more days. So we're already doing 16 days as it is. It will be added to the mix and might pop up sometime in the middle of the summer at some point. Anyway, if you're a fan, obviously, of these guys growing up, you'll probably get a kick out of it. You might feel your age, is because they got gray beards and they got a little few extra pounds on them, and they got the crow's feet, and one brings his son, his teenage son, to join the group. He does a song with a bunch of kids, like a Benetton ad of kids. It's pretty much what you expect from guys who are on the verge of being grandparents, I think. So, so they're man bands at this point. So yeah, the only ones with actually that kind of transition into the name is Boys to Men, and they honestly don't consider themselves to be a boy band. So yeah, there's a blooper reel at the end, by the way. That's worthwhile checking out. It's just it's just fun. But yeah, I'm gonna say if you're gonna watch this at all, there's some pretty neat conversations between each of them, talking about how they were dealt with how they got their names, how they dealt with fans, how they dealt with fame, how they saw each other is, when people pit them against each other as Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC versus O-Town versus 98 Degrees or whatever, and how they were all, you had to be a fan of one or the other. It's kind of, it was a dumb thing, but it's the fans made up and marketing groups made up in order to create fervor for each of these groups and keep them in the public eye and on the radio charts all the longer. So yeah, it's, if you want some well sung, I mean, the guys have great voices. Some well sung Christmas songs and some collaborations between artists you never thought you'd see perform again. If you, especially the singers you grew up with, kids, like there's kids watching this. This is what mommy, maybe daddy, all listened to when they were your age. So, yeah. Give it a shot. It might make for some fun background music during a Christmas party, something like that. You never know. Anyway, that's all I can really say about that. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was the length that Santa Buddies should have been, and was at least 10,000 times funnier. So, the next one, we're going to be watching a reality show, sort of. It's listed on my list as a reality type show. It features Titus Burress. You might recognize him from the Unstoppable Kimmy Schmidt and Central Park. Yeah, the animated series on Apple TV Plus. That's him. He plays the kid. But he is kind of the host of this. It's actually like a movie length almost. I don't really know what to make of it. I don't know if it's a reality show or if it's a movie or whatever it is, but it's called Best in Snow. I think there's snow sculpting involved. So that's what we're watching next. Best in Snow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.